wasn't like either way. Yeah, Wayne, that Carter. I think one of them shits was like the Carter 3 or one of them shit. I was really fucking with that. That shit had a lot of nice songs that was on it. But you know, Wayne shit. Wayne. My thing I think with Wayne was that I mean he like this. He gonna do what he do, but he know how to make radio shit too. You know, he know how to make it keep itself relevant. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But now let's get into what we really get into. It's
So
Rondo, man. Rondo with the flow. What up? What's happening? You already know.
right. Yo, so
I'm trying to
I'm
put a
on-
little bit more energy into it, man. You know what I mean?
I get it. I get it. I like your energy, man. I like the world likes the energy, man. Keep it going. I did want to
Okay.
play this. I had a couple of snippets from this Big Meech interview. I wanted to like kind of play it, see what your perspective was, you know.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
this is the first one. This is the first one.
Not so much at the lowest level, but at the low, I got a partner named Chico. He did time. He started out with my brother. He from Orlando, Florida. And Chico got 38 years. Chico drove up here from Orlando, Florida, met a Colombian on Telegraph, I think, on Telegraph. The Colombian was supposed to have 10 bricks at 11,000 a brick. Chico had 11,000 on it, enough money for one. That's all the feds needed to lock him in. It's some money. He could have had $1,000. As long as he had some money, because the feds can't front no work. So that's why if you in the game and you really know like, oh, these Colombians coming, they gonna drop a bag on me. Okay, as long as they don't ask you for no money. Because now when you start doing business with money, that's when you can run into the feds.
Yeah. Yo.
All right. Yeah.
Well, I mean, which is kind of ill what he said, though. I mean, I listened to it. It stuck out to me like, yo, his man went to go grab X, Y, and Z, but that's the fact that he had the bread on him,
He
jammed
didn't
him
say
up.
that. He didn't say that he had the bread on him. He said he brought the bread to pay for it. So that was the thing that he was really trying to show you that the transaction is what tied him to the situation. And he said basically, if you want a situation like that, take a front. Nigga be like, yo, well, I need something on it. Nah, I got you later. Now you take a front, you good, basically. You know what I mean? Because it ain't no money included or whatever the case. But nah, I looked at the whole interview, man, and I really appreciated it. You know, that nigga Meech, I think that, you know, I don't know if he wants to be on internet time. I kind of feel like he don't. But that interview, it kind of was like, you know, he didn't really get into a lot of situations he could have talked about. But I really feel like Meech, that nigga Meech, man, Meech is he's he's of the niggas that was them niggas. Like far as he's the niggas that was doing what it took to do. You know what I'm saying? And ain't nothing to talk about. He's like the modern day. He was Jay-Z back in Jay-Z day. You know what I'm saying? Like the real deal that really was doing with whatever niggas was rapping. He really did it. He just went to jail. And then had he not went to jail, he'd probably be amongst all the rest of them niggas right now, to be honest. It was just, I'm gonna be honest, I was listening to it and looking at the game for what it's worth, because you know, me younger, I didn't know shit about Big Meech, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know who the fuck that nigga was, so I had to learn about Meech later on in life, you know, after I kinda just, you know, got my shit on point or whatever the case is. I say all that to say, like, that nigga Meech, you could just tell that the niggas they lived a certain way. Like he from a different cloth. Like they really from that. He's like an '80s nigga basically. You know what I'm saying? And when I say that, I'm saying like the niggas was out when crack and shit first came out, but they was on the next level of really on Kingpin type time. You know what I mean? Moving around, doing different shit, and hearing that nigga talk, it's like, you know, he really, I could tell he's very unapologetic on how he lived the way he lived and everything he went through. And I fuck with it, you know what I mean? Because I see it for what it's worth. Like, yo, this nigga really he on grown man time, man. He not trying to be nobody. He not. He just him, and he's good for the wins, the losses, and everything, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I can respect that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I'm like, that nigga not trying to make no excuses. He frankly don't give a fuck what nobody think about him. And I really fuck with that because it's like, yo, you know what? The way niggas look at it, niggas gonna think whatever the fuck they gonna think about you anyway. Whether you
Right.
try to change their mind or don't change their mind. And you know, it's a certain part of that the game don't have anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, not even, as a matter of fact, let me just not say the game. I'm gonna say life. Life as a whole. Because life as a whole, it's like, you know, everybody's so caught up in, yo, I want to look like this and look like that, and I'm on the internet and whoop-de-woo, and yo, I used to be with this person and I used to do that, and I want to always look great. And it's like nobody takes in the fact that, yo, nigga, you wasn't always on top, or you wasn't always looking like you was the man. You wasn't, you know what I mean? Sometimes you still gotta be vulnerable to, like, you're just a person. Like, and I think the internet changed the perspective of niggas' thoughts to, like, nobody wants to be a person no more. Everybody wants to be super motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's kind of corny when you really look at it for what it's worth, because, yo, we all just human, man. Like, the internet has changed us all to computers. We're walking computers right now. We all walking around with a phone. Like, niggas, you know, I be like, yo, I mean, not to say I'll try to stay out of shit, but I be thinking of the day of how I'm gonna act when, you know, I might get into some shit and nigga pull their phone out. I'm really gonna, like, probably wild out on that nigga too, but it's so regular to do that I'll be like, yo, I can't believe, like, yo, the first thing you see some shit going on, this lady, we're gonna say some nigga punch some whole lady in the face. Nigga pulls out their phone and wanna, like, yo, porn star, like, what, nigga, what the fuck are you doing, nigga? Like, me, I'm on some, I'm gonna be honest, the type of person I am, I'm seeing myself, if I'm out in the mix and I see a little nigga disrespecting their moms, I'm ready to say something to him. You know what I mean? Because I just grew up by a certain rules, a certain code. You know what I mean? So mentally, certain shit just ain't supposed to happen. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I say that to say the world is a whole other place that we really in. You know, whether you participate or not. And, you know, listening to Meech, that nigga got some game, man. He got a bunch of game. And not to mention, he had game from back then. But not to mention, he just looked like he always wanted to show love and make sure everybody ate. And that's real shit, because everybody don't think like that. You know, they don't put it out there like that. You know, he's a Cancer, so I see why he act the way he act. And, you know, I fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? Because he living without regret. You know, he did it. He did everything. He did it all, you know?
I like it. All right, word. I mean, I agree with you too. A lot of the shit you said, you know, like that's why I just kind of wanted to hear what your perspective was on a couple of his comments. This one right here, this was big though. This part, I know you heard it, but I also want to play it just for your commentary on it.
Doing them pole tricks.
Man, they was doing everything. You know, White Chocolate had the best pole there. So,
Yeah.
that I had ever seen.
Tell me this though, right? How the fuck did y'all come up with making it rain?
Because the ones was garbage. The ones and the fives was
But
garbage.
how did how the fuck did that happen?
I'm finna give it to you. The ones and fives was garbage. You gotta remember, I'm plugged in with big cartels, Colombian or motherfucking Mexicans.
Yeah.
So back in the day when we first started fucking around with the Colombians, they won't take no ones and fives. So when you getting 100 bricks at a time, you know, getting front of 100 bricks at a time, You got to keep all the ones and fives.
Oh,
now,
shit,
the
yeah.
jury store not going to take, they're going to take them only so many times.
Right.
Then we try to walk around with hundreds and fifty so we don't look like drug dealers.
Yeah.
So you definitely don't want to go on, just take $5,000 in ones and put like
that shit look stupid.
And see how long it's going to take, because they got to understand they're going to count it. They ain't not going to weigh it or none of that. They're going to count one for one to make sure. You know what I'm saying? And so it's only so much cars and jewelry that they'll let you have. Meech, I can't take no more. Meech, T, I can't take no more one. So now you stuck with them. So you look up, we got garbage bags full of ones and fives. So guess what we can get rid of them at? Strip club. Strip club. They pay their bill.
Yo.
Yeah. I mean, that type of talk, it's like this. I look at my life, and I don't really talk to people, and really, to be honest, about my life as a whole, because, you know, I started to realize, like, just me and in my own mind, when I be thinking about some of the shit I did and some of the places I've been and some of the situations I've been in, and I think to myself, and I be like, yo, a motherfucker couldn't believe this shit if I told them, because they wouldn't believe I did none of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I say that to say, you had to been there to understand how that shit felt to do with what I was doing to even realize what the fuck was going on. You know what I'm saying? And niggas ain't did it. You know what I'm saying? So, like, when I'm listening to him, I ain't gonna say I can't relate. I can relate in my own way, but I almost can't relate when a nigga talking about, yo, the connect won't take no ones or fives. I'm like, damn, that's a hell of a connect. Or you just doing so much shit that nigga won't take ones and fives. Like, that's kind of like almost disrespectful a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what? I don't think if I connect is taking it all. Like, but I guess I just wasn't with a big enough nigga. You feel me? Or I ain't say it like that, but you know, like you know, niggas wasn't turning down nothing. Niggas is taking whatever the fuck they taking. You know what I'm saying? But
but you know, it's also still getting that money. That's a lot of money to handle. Think about a bunch like $350,000 in ones.
Man, but it ain't about it. Yeah, you're right. But it's just the fact that you getting that much money that you got $350,000 worth of ones. Like, that's kind of a lot of money. Like, you didn't even have a choice but to get ones. Like, you did. Like, nigga ain't do that on purpose. You know what I'm saying? That nigga was just running around collecting. Just so happened 350,000 of this shit is ones. We don't even want the ones. We taking them shit to the strip club. Like, them niggas was doing they were living a different way, man. I ain't gonna say it ain't no other niggas that ain't do it like they did it, but I think that everybody took the recipe that them niggas had and ran with it, and now we kind of have the rap game as it is right now. But I definitely think they was kind of like the first to do it. And
Don't watch that bitch.